Okay, Joanna, now we're going to take a look at your breaststroke from an underwater view. And again, like I said before, I see a lot of things that I like with your breaststroke. One of the things that I would like to see from your streamline is that your eyes are down. So kind of talked about that from the top view. And you can see here your head is up above your shoulders. It should be in line. So I should be able to draw a line from your hands to your feet, and your head should be on that line. Should be down into your streamline, and your head's above that. So when I'm looking at your eyes, they're looking again down, straight down the pool as you're coming forward. So hard to get a really good streamline in that position. I will do a comparison between you and another athlete to kind of show you what I want when you're going forward in the stroke. And your eyes should be straight down. So what we should see, what we should see is the eyes looking straight down here. So you should be looking straight at the bottom as you're moving forward. But aside from that, there's a little drag with that, but you are getting in the streamline position. I would like to see your hands a little closer together as you're finishing your kick. There's a little separation there. As the hands are sliding out into the pole, this is a very good position. Elbows are leading a little bit, so you want to keep that elbow up a little bit. You can see how it's just out in front of the hands. It's a nice bend, so again, it tells me that you have a good feel for breaststroke, but you're just dropping those elbows a little bit. And when you do that, it doesn't allow your forearm to be as vertical. You can see there it's more diagonal in terms of your forearm. If you keep your elbows up a little bit more, your forearm down to the hand will be that line, a straighter line on both sides. So look here on both hands. So you'll get a little bit more thrust, and you'll pull the water back more. Right here, you're pulling the water a little bit down towards the bottom, and that's going to have an effect of lifting you up in the water. And we want all our energy to push us down the pool. So there's natural lift when you're pulling, so when those arms come out, you're going to have that lift, so you don't have to create that. Keep the elbows up a little bit more, and that'll give you a little more thrust from your catch. Hands come back. Like to see them stay up towards the surface a little longer. So if I'm drawing a line of the line that I want your hands to travel on, you get a good position there, and then I want your hands to stay on that line. So if we watch the video, you can see your hands immediately kind of start diving down, and that's where that streamline is hard for you to get into, and why the head's up a little bit. So if I'm drawing your arms are down on this line. So by having that angle, the head has trouble getting down below the shoulders or in line with the shoulders for the streamline. So that's why your eyes are staying up and a little more forward in the stroke, and we would like to see that get down a little bit more. Again, nice finish to the kick. Your kick is narrow, but a very good push from your kick. And again, you can just see, I'd like to see the hands out in front a little bit, just a little bit more. So you're in this position here with the hands. Like to see them maybe right here, more underneath the chin. That might help them stay in front a little longer, so you won't come back so far with your elbows. Your elbows won't be quite there. They'll be more right here with the top of your rib cage. And I think that'll correct the timing a little bit, get the hands to recover a little higher, and give you that streamline out in front. And if we watch the kick, feet get up nice and high. We still would like to see them turned out a little bit more. So if we move forward for the next pull and kick, as they get to the top, you can just see here, before you deliver that kick, this is a good position. You're up high. We'd like to be just a little bit, you're here with the leg, like to see it just a little bit higher. That's going to help you turn your foot more outward. So the foot would be more this direction, so you got more push from the insole of the foot. And you can see as you're going to deliver the kick, we're not quite turned to get enough of the inside of the foot, so the foot's going to slide a little bit from that position. But if you can get it up a little higher, that's going to help turn it out a little bit more before you deliver that kick. There's really good. You have good feel for the kick. Once you start the kick, you turn those feet out really nice, and that's a good finish to the kick. It's small but compact, and it does have some power to it. So I do like the way you're delivering the kick and trying to get in the streamline. Again, we can just look at your head position, and again, I will compare this to another athlete, but this is your face here. Would like to see the back of your head and see your face right in your shoulder blades, and the face parallel to the bottom of the pool. And if we go forward, we're going to go into the turn now. And again, as you're coming into the wall in the turn, reaching straight for the wall, would like to see those fingertips come up a little bit more towards the surface. And again, not quite as wide as the overview, but still your hands over here. Would like to see it over here, straight in front of your shoulder. It's better to take on the turn and take it on straight on rather than reaching out wide with that left hand. Heads down, knees come in. Pretty compact turn. Again, as I said, from the top angle, having that arm closer to the head will also bring this arm, so the shoulder would be here, the hand would already be here, so your upper arm should be like this, and you should be very close to getting your streamline at this point. And we can see your arm's down here, and it's just a little bit late in terms of getting into that streamline. So when you're coming back, I would like to see your hands higher and a little bit more in the streamline at that point before you push off the wall. You got the streamline here. Feet are crossed, so we want to make sure you want your bottom foot here and your top foot here, even though you're on your side when you're taking on the turn. And you can just see in this picture here that it's going to be difficult to get a really good push off because your bottom foot is actually on top and your other foot's here. So you're crossing your legs over to make the push off, and we want it side by side, diagonal on the wall like I drew earlier, and that'll help with the push off and get a little more power in the legs and the push off. And then coming in that streamline, again, I think that you can get a little deeper, so your line could be here. This would be a little bit quicker. Water coming in from behind swimmers is going to create a little bit of a wake, so the more shallow you are, that slows you down a little bit. And then a dolphin kick right here would help keep that streamline out in front. Take a dolphin kick and send yourself a little further before you start the pull down. Pull down's a little bit wide, okay? And I've had a few swimmers there, but we want to be more in here with the arms as we're pulling down. So they're inside of where you have your arms right now. We don't want to create another breaststroke pull on the underwater pull out. It's more like a butterfly pull. So you're going to be more inside of that position, tighter to the body. So as you come forward underneath, see you're wider than the hips. I actually want your arm to come underneath the body. The thumb should almost touch, so that the arm should be from the shoulder right underneath the body, and actually the palm of the hand should come up and touch your thigh at the finish of the pull. So both hands will be more narrow, so you're going to create more power, but you're also going to finish those hands right underneath your hips and right on your thighs with your hands, the palm of your hands. And you're just a little wider than that, finishing it here, okay? And then as you're finishing that, I'd like the head position again to be, I want your chin here tucked a little bit more, so your eyes are looking straight down on the pull out, and you can see your head's forward and you're looking forward. So that's going to create a little more drag, and it's also going to be a little less streamlined. And then watch the hands come up very close to the body. That's very good. Keep the elbows down, but the hands are very tight to the body. and then up into your streamline, keeping the head down until you start the pull. So that looks very good. So we're going to do a comparison, just to kind of show you that streamline out in front in that head position, just a comparison between you and another athlete. And I think it'll give you a better idea of where I want those arms and then the head position when you're trying to get into the streamline on your breaststroke.